One of our products is called Risk Chain. We didn't come up with that concept, although of course we productize Risk Chain VM as our vulnerability management solution. But the reality is that risks don't just like hide in your business, in a closet. Although sometimes we treat them that way, the reality is they're systemic. You have risks in your business that affect other parts of your business, right? As Dan was telling us a few minutes ago, right? It's like a threat actor that freezes in the sidewalk and can crack open that concrete. That's and break everything really, and that's the way risks work. There is a system though. There's an accepted philosophy for managing risk. And there's several ways that we manage risk. And this is not something that was invented for cyber. There's an actuarial science for management of risk. There's a bunch of concepts, but all of them directly translate over to the cyber technical world. So let's just talk about the idea of a chain of risk. So assets in your business, which are your people. They are your systems. They are physical hardware sometimes, right? Virtual things. They mirror the shape of your business, right? And so do the risks, the cyber risks that are presented by them. And just to be clear, all cyber risk is business risk, right? And in addition to that, that also means that all cyber risk is the responsibility of business management. That is, the managers in the business, the CEO, the board, whoever that is, they're ultimately accountable. It's actually not legally possible to outsource that, right? It's under U.S. law, in English Commonwealth law. You have a responsibility, right, to manage your risk, and cyber risk is no different. But there's a chain, there's a hierarchy, and it's the job of asset owners to manage that risk. I mean, and in cyber technical, it's either accept the risk and document why it's reasonable, because that's the standard that you need to win, is it's a reasonable risk, even if you guess wrong, like it was a reasonable guess, or your resource fixes. If you don't do one of those two things, do a reasonable risk accept, or fix it, guess what? That's negligence. So that chain of accountability, it starts down at the cyber technical, goes up through the assets, up through the business, it ends at the board and the CEO. And I just want to walk through a couple terminology concepts that are particularly useful for those in the cyber technical world that have to speak and translate this to the business.